Pedro case after push on ball boy. Spurs extend ticket deadline amid relegation fears. Jack Draper secures mind-blowing win over Djokovic. More of this in the news. I am Banky O. European football governing body UEFA has opened disciplinary proceedings against Chelsea winger Pedro Neto after he pushed over a ball boy during a Champions League defeat by Paris Saint-Germain. The 26-year-old Portugal international shoved the youngster in stoppage time of Wednesday's last 16 first leg at the Parc des Princes, where Chelsea lost 5 goals to 2, which caused him to fall off a chair. It sparked an altercation between both sets of players. UEFA said proceedings have been instigated against NATO for unsporting behavior in accordance with its disciplinary regulation. UEFA's disciplinary bodies will take a decision on this case in due course, according to European Football Governing Body in a statement today. NATO apologized for the incident after the match and blamed being caught up in the emotion of the game while he was attempting to quickly retrieve the ball. Pedro Neto, still in his defense, said the Paris Saint-Germain ball boy apologized to him at least 35 times after their Champions League defeat to the French champions. Paris Saint-Germain played Chelsea and the Parc des Princes in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League 2025-26 round of 16. Neto said he expressed regret after pushing the ball boy during the 5-2 loss. Neto faced criticism and backlash from PSG players after he caused the ball boy to fall towards the advertising board. The ball was out of play in the final moment of the match, and Neto attempted to retrieve it quickly. The ball boy had already collected the ball and was waiting for the player to take it. Instead, the Portuguese player became physical with the young boy. In a post-match interview, Neto acknowledged his errors and expressed that he was truly sorry. He said, I want to come forward and address the incident that occurred on the pitch. I wish to apologize to the ball boy. I had already spoken with him. The emotions of the game with Australian made me eager to retrieve the ball, and I gave him a slight push. I realized that I had hurt him and immediately apologized. That is not my character. I gave him my shot because such behavior is unacceptable, so I am genuinely, truly sorry. Nat also presented the ball boy with his jersey and mentioned that the boy apologized to him 35 times. Sweden coach Graham Potter has extended his contract until 2030, saying he feels great pride and a great responsibility as he signed target qualification for this summer's World Cup. The 50-year-old former West Ham, Chelsea, and Brighton boss succeeded his sacked John Dan Thomason in October, initially on a short-term basis in a bid to turn around the country's fortune campaign. Sweden can still reach the tournament, which gets underway in the United States, Canada, and Mexico in June if they come through playoff matches against Ukraine and then Poland or Albania. Later this month, Porter was sacked by West Ham at the end of September after a poor start to the Premier League season. However, was quickly identified as a favourite for the Sweden head coach job, having taken Östersund from the country's first division to top flight while also winning a domestic cup in 2017. Potter said in a statement released by the Swedish Football Association, being able to continue in this role means a lot to me. I feel both a great pride and a great responsibility. It's a big day for me and a fantastic opportunity to do something important going forward. Relegation threats in Tottenham have given their fans an extended period to decide if they want to renew their season tickets amid the seriousness of the current league position of their men's team. Sports gave their supporters until Tuesday, 27th of May, last year, 2 days after the end of the 2024-25 Premier League season, to decide if they wanted to renew for the present campaign. This time around, fans did have until Tuesday, 26th of May, 2 days after this season's final league match, to renew, but in a message sent to fans, they are now giving them between Thursday, 12th of March, until Sunday, 7th of June to reach a decision. Tottenham, who have lost their past five league matches and face a trip to Liverpool on Sunday, at just 1 point above the relegation zone, with 9 games remaining. Sports supporters says we recognize the seriousness of the current league position of our men's team, said the message sent to supporters by Sports. They added that following discussions with our fan advisory board and the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust, they can confirm the renewal window for the 2026-27 will now remain open for an extended period until Sunday, 7th of June, to ensure fans have full clarity on next season before renewing. In tennis, Britain's Jack Draper produced a superb fight back to beat Novak Djokovic and reach the Indian Wells quarterfinals, a result he believes could be a real big moment in his season. Defending champion Draper regrouped impressively to beat 25-time Grand Slam champion Djokovic 4-6, 6-4, 7-6 in a real physical battle of 2 hours and 35 minutes. Djokovic, a five-time winner at Indian Wells, had beaten Draper in the only previous meeting between them at Wimbledon in 2021. The victory is an important one for Draper as a rebuts after a torrid 8 month spell plagued with an arm injury. He said to beat Novak is something that is mind blowing. I've watched him since I was a kid, idolizing him as well. Unbelievable respect for the player that he is. What number 14 Draper is joined in the last eight by fellow Briton Cameron Norrie, who will play what number one Carlos Alcaraz next. Emma Raducanu and Katie Bouta will be absent when Great Britain face Australia in the Billie Jean King Cup qualifier next month. Raducanu, the British number one and what the number 24, has committed to playing the WTA 500 clay court tournament in Linz, Austria, which runs across the same week. Bouta ranked 64th in the world also misses the tie. Great Britain captain Anne Kotavang as instead selected Sunny Carter, Harriet Dart, Jody Burrage, and 17-year-old Micah Stosavjevic for the contest that will be staged in Melbourne on the 10th to the 11th of April. A fifth player can be added to the squad nearer the time of the tournament. Carter will be hoping to repeat the form that saw her reach the 4th round at Indian Wells this week before withdrawing with a lower back injury during the match against Elena Rybakina. Mercedes driver George Russell has accused Ferrari of being selfish and silly in blocking change to the rules to improve safety at starts. Last week's opening race in Australia saw a large deviation in start performance across the grid. The worst incident involved a near miss when Alpine driver Franco Colapinto narrowly avoided smashing at high speed into the back of the slow-moving racing bull of Liam Lawson. Russell said governing body, the FIA, had to look to modify the rule that led to those problems, but said Ferrari were blocking it without naming them. Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc leapt into the lead at the start in Melbourne from fourth on the grid, emphasizing the impression that the Italian team have the best start this year. Russell said the problems were caused by a very quirky rule that limits the amount of energy a car can invest on the formation lap. He said the drivers in the front part of the grid were already considered by the systems to be on the lap, so their practice start away from the dummy grid